What up, bro?
What's cracking, man?
How are you?
I'm pretty good, actually. Sorry to interrupt you. What you were going to say?
You're about to take off, right?
Yeah, I'm about to bone out, so this is going to be quick. But I needed to show you something. I found one of the greatest videos ever seen. You tell me what you think. This is going on in Thailand. This happened a couple days ago. Well, maybe a couple weeks ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Fucking monkeys. Not chimpanzees. These are the little monkeys, the pocket monkeys that you probably keep in your fucking backpack or something. Going at it, bro. Turf war.
You said in Thailand?
In Thailand, dude. I'm talking about turf war. Look at this shit. This is the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life. They look like gangs.
Oh, shit.
Bro, these fucking monkeys just don't give a fuck about traffic.
Oh, shit. Dude, that's like at least 150 fucking monkeys.
Dude, easily. No, that's 150 on one side. So there's probably easily at least 300 monkeys in that bitch. Look, they're just like...
What the...
They're going like, what, motherfucker? What you gonna do?
There's been a discord. There's been a beef between three groups.
Dude, look at those going at it.
Many monkeys were injured in the battle. What the fuck?
Hey, how many monkeys' nuts do you think got ripped off?
Dude. Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? Those are literally like street gangs, dude.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if you see one of the monkeys on one of the roofs clinking the bottles going like, warriors.
Stupid. Dude, that's fucking insane, bro.
I don't know how many times I've rewatched this fucking video, bro, because it gets me every fucking time. Where it's just like, dude, you're in your car or you're in your motorcycle and traffic is at a deadlock and you're thinking, which one of these assholes, bro, is fucking stopping traffic? So you get off your car, go all the way to the front to where the beef is happening. You notice, oh shit, it's like 300 fucking monkeys going at it.
Dude. And there's also chimp wars.
There's what?
Chimp wars.
Oh yeah, chimp wars.
That we talked about.
But I guess they're going at it for that because I don't know if you saw in the video, but they ran, like once they broke apart, they ran to a castle.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a temple where some king used to have a shitload of monkeys. So instead of that building getting knocked down, people just started building around it, and the monkeys never left. They grew accustomed to living around humans. So I guess some other fools came and said, "Hey, we like your real estate. We want to take over." And they said, "Nuh-uh. Not today."
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Oh man, it was fucking amazing. It's a great ass fucking video, dude.
So, where are you going at?
What?
Where are you going at?
I'm going to San Diego. I'm taking my bereavement.
Your bereavement?
Yeah, most jobs, I think all jobs do, but I think most jobs when you lose somebody, I think when you lose a loved one, they give you, I think it's like time off, like for mourning and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm taking it for like the next couple days. So my boss offered it, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll take it, you know. So I'm taking advantage of it. I'm gonna go to San Diego, be there for a bit.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be good to unwind, you know. I haven't had a long weekend like that for a while, and I feel like I might need it too. Like I don't feel like it's gotten to me in any sense, or at least I don't think. But it's still good to unwind, you know. It's still good to chill and relax, and you know, have some time off.
Yeah, that's true. It's good to be at like one location where you are, you know, for prolonged periods.
Yeah, exactly. You're there for a long ass fucking time too. But
shit always seems smaller when you come back. That's one of the things I feel.
What do you mean?
Like when I take a trip, let's say it's like a small vacation.
Okay.
And I come back home, everything feels smaller. Like it takes me like a couple minutes.
Like readjust.
Yeah, it takes me minutes to readjust.
Hey, I kind of know what you mean. Because how was it when we went to Alabama?
Yep.
Like, dude, getting accustomed to the fucking time difference. Like, when we were barely getting accustomed to it the last days we were there. And then when we got back, we're like, dude, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's early again?
Dude, Alabama's where I discovered those Keurig coffee machines.
Wait, really?
I swear, I never used one until then.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you went ham on that coffee.
Yeah, I remember
Dude,
that.
that's one of the moments I knew, like, I didn't know you drank coffee like that.
Come on, man.
Oh, I love coffee.
Dude, I didn't know, dude. I thought you were just like more like a water or tea guy or coffee once in a while guy.
Nope.
Like me, I'm a coffee every other weekend guy. I drink coffee only like on the weekends, and I drink it just because it's there, not because like, hey, you know what? I want to get a cup of coffee today. No,
Yeah.
it's just like they're making it. Hey, you want to? Fuck it, why not? But I'm not like you, bro. You drink that shit every day, huh?
Yeah, for me, if I could every day, but it's more or less like I would say 4 days out of the week.
Really?
Yep.
Does it do anything to you?
At this point, no. It just really gives me some flavor. I don't really think it does what it's supposed to.
So it's almost like your morning cigarette.
Yeah.
So that's like your morning cigarette.
It's like my morning cigarette.
Because I would do that when I was smoking cigarettes back then. That was my thing. My thing was, hey, before I even went into work, I wanted to get to work super early, so I would get to work like half an hour early. So I would just smoke my cigarette like at 3 in the morning. All right, that's cool. That was my coffee.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's your cigarette.
It's basically my morning cigarette. Yeah.
Hey, that's cool though. I mean, everybody does it. Like people drink tea. Some people drink hot cocoa.
That's true.
I mean, it all depends. It's all preference, I guess.
Some people, they drink almond milk.
Yeah, it's much healthier than fucking cigarettes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Fuck it.
That's cool. Time to unwind for you.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But change the fucking subject. What have you heard about the Mad Dog of Beijing?
I don't know about the Mad Dog of Beijing.
No. Okay. So this guy's an MMA fighter. He's not. I guess he's semi-pro from what I've read. I don't think he's made it onto the main circuit like professional, except for like little bouts here and there that have been paid him like a kind of a significant amount of money, where it's like kind of like livable wage. But anyways, this fool, he's like, a lot of people like to credit him as the man who brought MMA to China, not the inventor, but basically, I think he used to do karate, if I'm not mistaken. But he ended up getting his ass kicked by somebody that studied Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, he fucking handed his ass to him. So after that, the Mad Dog of Beijing, he said, hey, you know what? Like, I'm interested in this. Like, I saw that there was a martial art that was better than my own, so I want to, like, explore it. So he went on and trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then from there, he trained in other martial arts. Basically, he eventually got into MMA, So after he got into MMA and saw like, oh, this is a better form of fighting than that other shit, he made it his mission to go around China and fucking up kung fu masters. I shit you not. So this fool goes to like renowned dojos or whatever to challenge the masters, saying, hey, my mixed martial arts is much better than your fucking Hong Kong Fooey. So the first bout he got, it was with some bald dude. This motherfucker, I guess, was known as like, supposed that this fool could even knock you out, fool, with like pressure points, I guess. Like this fool was able to. They had recordings of this old man. Well, he looked like an old man. He was probably like in his 40s, but like basically like poking people a couple times, and the people would be like, bleh. So he basically said like, oh, he's never lost a fight, that he's been doing kung fu for X amount of years. So this guy challenged him. He goes, okay, well, if you're such a great fighter or whatever, then you shouldn't have a problem with my mixed martial arts. So he goes, oh yeah, no problem. So the dude goes, he comes out looking like he was straight out of 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, bro, with the short ass shorts, a tight ass t-shirt, and the fucking MMA gloves. He goes, right, and as soon as the round starts, dude, the fucking kung fu master's doing fucking the whipping crane. He's going like this to him, like ha 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 ha. And then, like, within, like, 12 seconds, this fool proceeds to beat the dog shit out of him. I'm talking about beats his ass to a pulp. The Mad Dog fucks him up. So, once he did that fight, and it became...
Dude, that sounds... sorry to interrupt. Dude, that sounds like a weird-ass video I saw on 9gag. That's where I saw it.
Hey, you're the one that fucking put me on game with 9gag. I remember you would always tell me you saw some crazy shit on 9gag.
I used to. It's funny, man, because back in high school, that's I showed 9gag to a lot of my friends.
Yeah, you showed me 9gag.
And I forgot how I found out about it, but it just became funny because then a lot of those same friends during in high school,
I gotta drink water. I'm driving.
they would end up coming to me with stuff that they saw on 9gag, and it sucked because in a way I ruined laughter and stuff like that for myself, because oftentimes the things that they would come and show me I had already seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it sucks, when a lot of the memes and funny posts and
They
videos
were late to you.
Yeah, so it's like, dude, I already laughed this one out.
Nah, I mean, I
I'm
get
gassed
it.
out. I don't have nothing left in the tank.
Really?
Like, just based off the fact it's not new to me, so I know what happens. So
That's
they're
crazy.
they're probably looking like at my face with excitement, because they want to show me
And then
this.
so you do the.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, like that kind of sucks that I showed them this.
Nah,
Like,
see, and
I wanted to spread the laughter, but
I'm not like that, dude. Me, like, even though I like, there's this thing. There's a YouTuber called Nuke's Top 5. Shout out to Nuke's Top 5. He does like ghost videos, dope ass ghost videos that I'm always watching. But he also has an Instagram account. So on his Instagram, this fool posted like a little clip of him trying to narrate one of his episodes that he was working on, and you hear his phone go off. It goes doo 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 doo, and he makes the noise. He goes boo doo boo boo boo. So he tries to continue, and then right after it does it again, and he goes, "All right, fuck off." But to me, it was hilarious, bro. Like I couldn't stop laughing. Like I was rewatching it, and then shout out to Alex. I showed it to Alex, the hardest working motherfucker out there.
hardest working man
Who,
ever.
by the way, he only chuckled a bit at first because he was working, so he didn't find it funny that I was showing him stuff while we were working.
All right, did he tell you to clock out?
Yeah, he
And
told
then-
me. He told me to clock out and send me home. But right after work, right after he clocked out, then he said, "All right, show it to me." But I showed it to him, and dude, I'm still busting my ass off as I'm showing it to him.
Yeah.
Just like right now, the fucking Warring Monkey shit. I've seen that fucking video. I don't know how many goddamn times, but yet showing it to you, I'm still busting my ass off. I don't know why, but to me, like it doesn't lose its quality yet.
Yeah, no, it's just with some things. With some
Yeah.
things, I could only laugh once, and then the next few times, it's like, dude, I already seen this.
Not to me, bro. Sometimes it's funnier with me when I'm watching it with somebody, because I guess it's that factor you're sharing it. You're
Yeah.
sharing the laughter with somebody, so it just makes it that much funnier.
And it's always the best to share your laughter.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, like, I never get tired of doing that shit. Unless it's like, okay, I've already done this shit for like a week straight, all right, to go over it.
Yeah.
But it hardly happens.
But I saw this video on 9gag of like two guys. They were sitting on the grass, and both of them were on their knees. And one of the guys, he was doing that whole like mystical shit. And the guy like sitting, the guy that had his back to the camera was just like, just waiting for the go. And he goes, "Now?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." He just starts fucking wailing on him. Boom,
What
boom,
the
boom.
fuck?
And the guy like falls to his fucking face on the grass or something like that. Gets back up, and they both pause. Like they kind of give each other like a
You good?"
moment, and then boom, right back at it. And so I guess this person had told him like, you could throw all the punches you want. Like
I'ma
I'll
block
just
'em all.
Yeah, I'm gonna block them all. Punches him a fucking few more times, and the guy just falls, and that's where the video loops.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That's fucking horrible.
But I'm just like, there's masters of like kung fu and very traditional martial arts that, dude, it's MMA is something way different. Boxing is different.
No, yeah, I agree. And like the Mad Dog of Beijing, his name is Xu Xiaodong, but I'm gonna still call him Mad Dog. That's a kick-ass nickname. So what he says though, so after he beat this fool up, he started making it his life purpose, I guess, to go out throughout China, dude. So he travels throughout China just beating all these fools' asses. Really, like he does that shit. He goes and beats the fuck out of them, but then he bashes them. So what this fool came out saying was saying that he goes, dude, all this kung fu shit you've been seeing in movies that people think is what it is. He goes, it's fake. He goes, it's the government propaganda making these films, making people think that Chinese martial arts are some shit that's like godlike, where the likes of Mike Tyson can't beat a 5'3", 110-pound Chinese man, and that's what that was saying. He goes, it's full of shit. He goes, all these crazy ass martial arts movies you see, like Ip Man or whatever. He goes, no, it's a crock of shit. He goes, it's the Chinese government trying to show you guys like, oh look, we're much better, and you know, because of how long they've been doing it. Think about it. Bruce Lee's movies, how long have they been doing it? Although they say Bruce Lee was more legit because they say, I don't know, because of how what he did is he actually got legit martial arts like karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, and then like kind of like mended them together to make his own, which was I think it was Jeet Kune Do. I think that was his martial art. So what he says is like those other martial arts movies were fake. Like he goes, that shit doesn't exist. He goes, nobody out there knows that type of martial art and could kick your ass. He goes, nah. And he goes, so what I want to do is I want to show him that mixed martial arts is far superior than all these fools. So I guess the Chinese government caught on this, and they fucking ruined him, fool.
What'd they do?
They ruined his social credit score.
They had social credit score back then?
Yes. I didn't know like that how long that's been going on, but I guess it's been going on for a while.
What?
Because this fool had a bout, which, dude, from the looks of the video, fool, it looks like it must have been at least like 6 years old, 7 years old. It looks kind of grainy. This fool had to drive from his house to that fight 36 hours because due to his social credit score from talking shit about China and bashing the government for making up martial arts, he can't take a plane. He can't take a train, which I think the train would have been like 6 hours. He can't take a train. He can't get a taxi, bro. He can't get any of that shit. So he had to drive himself 36 hours to go do that fight where he still fucked that fool.
Pause. You see, it threw me off because you were telling a Bruce Lee story, but that doesn't mean that Mad Dog was back doing this shit back in those times. He's doing this shit nowadays,
He's doing
right?
this shit now. No.
So yeah, that's the reason for my dumb question of like they had it back then.
Oh, my bad. No.
Cause I'm like, damn, in the Bruce Lee days, people were getting their fucking social credit score like fucked up.
No. Dude, if that was the case, Bruce Lee would not be making movies.
Yeah. But okay, so this is way more like recent.
Yeah, recent. This was a couple years ago. No, but what he's saying about the Bruce Lee days is he's saying that all those martial artists from back then are also fake, according to him. But like the way he tries to prove it, he goes, look, I'll prove it to you. He goes, all these people that say they study this type of martial arts, this fancy ass fucking Crouching Tiger shit, he goes, I'm gonna whoop their ass. And yeah, he whoops their ass, you know. And it's not like he whips their ass with like sophisticated mixed martial arts. Like, dude, if you see the videos that of him fighting, like, dude, it's just like this is somebody that's fighting that's had decent training, but you could tell he's not going like, you could tell he's not putting a super amount of effort. It's almost like if it's an adult fucking up a little kid. You know? Because I don't know if you've seen like videos where there's dudes that are actually experienced in martial arts and they fight like an everyday chip off the old block and they just fucking manhandle their ass.
Yeah, which it doesn't look like a fucking fair fight at all.
That's how it is. That's how it is when this fool fights this super grandmaster's fool of kung fu, where you're just like, dude, it looks like this was not even trying.
Yeah, it's just, to be fair, it's completely different disciplines.
Yeah,
I feel like kung fu is more of, see, where they fuck up though is where they act like, yeah, we could fight you if you put this style and that style together. Those styles don't even belong in the same fucking cage, arena, place. I feel like kung fu is more of like, you know, tradition, and yeah, we'll do blocks that might not work in the street fight or whatever, but it's more of, you know, keeping it the way it is, the way it's been, kind of on the conservative.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like, I've never really met a fighter that comes out going like, oh, bro, I'm experienced in fucking kung fu. Most fighters that come out, they say they're experienced in Muay Thai, Krav Maga, Lethwei. I think it's Lethwei, right?
I don't know.
I think Lethwei is the one that's it's like Muay Thai, but they include headbutts.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's just brutal. Karate, jiu-jitsu, you know, shit like that. Like I've never heard of anybody coming out into MMA showing like, oh, bro, I'm a fucking black belt in kung fu. You get me?
That's true. I don't hear that. There might be, but no, I don't feel like there's no way you're gonna make it to the top. Just that being your main thing.
Yeah. So it's just like, is it fake? Is it a possibility that it's fake?
Okay, but it depends what the claim is. That's the thing. If someone really comes and says, dude, me kung fu, knowing kung fu, I'll beat the fuck out of like a guy that wrestles and boxes. I'm like, dude, how?
You don't know.
How? What in kung fu is taught to like counter a fucking a takedown, a double leg or a single leg?
Well, that's true.
You know, so again, if the claim is that this is a martial art and, you know, you could probably defend yourself if you know this really well, then I don't think that's fake. But
I don't know.
if you put someone that's experienced in that as opposed to someone that's really experienced in boxing, we're talking about knowing how to bob and weave, knowing how to, like, you know, pivot, knowing how to shift angles and stuff like that, I'll still take the boxer.
No, that's true.
I'll still take the boxer. So I don't think it's fair to say that martial art is fake, because it's a very much real thing. It's just, it's not going to work against a guy that's objective is to knock you out and become a champion.
But isn't that what you're also doing with kung fu? Isn't your objective to knock the person out? Right?
You see,
these questions I'm asking.
Right.
I'm making this for the sake of argument because I really don't know anything about kung fu.
Right, and I know very little.
Yeah, exactly.
But I actually, I used to know a person that I was doing a taekwondo class with, and they happened to also do kung fu, and I said taekwondo because that's what I was taking, but they also knew a bit about kung fu, and what the fuck was it? Kung fu, taekwondo, and Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So I asked them about kung fu because one of the things I didn't like about taking taekwondo was some of the blocks to me just felt like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this doesn't look effective. And he goes, some of it's not, but it's here to teach you like discipline and tradition. And that's the same thing with kung fu. So that's what this guy that has taken kung fu told me. Like, yeah, we're not here to claim, at least in this fucking, you know, dojo or whatever, that we're gonna teach you this so you can go win a UFC championship. Like, that's not what we're claiming. Maybe there's some people that do claim that.
We're claiming that we're
them.
teaching you discipline and self-defense.
Discipline, you're gonna stay in shape, self-defense, but, you know, to go do this and go all the way to the top.
We're not guaranteeing you're gonna whoop somebody's ass.
Exactly.
Hey, well, don't you think you should get your money back on that one then?
No. No, because I think it's like, you know, if that's what you want to do or put your kids in, you know, it's a discipline, and I feel like it's
No. I mean, I agree, but I would at least, if I joined one of those schools or whatever, I'd at least want to be in the position where, hey, you're teaching me enough to where I could whoop somebody's ass, right? Where I'm not gonna get knocked out if I'm fucking running up to some chump ass cholo trying to fucking start some shit. Like, I'll be able to roundhouse kick this fool and knock him out, right?
what do you think they'll tell you?
I want them to be like, if it's for self-defense purpose, yeah, man, I'll teach you, man. You'll be able to knock this fool out real quick.
Yeah.
Not going like, we're going to do our best. How the fuck you want me to feel secure knowing like, damn, I don't even want to show off that I fucking know fucking taekwondo.
Taekwondo's, it's...
No, I'm just saying that. I'm not saying it's not effective.
Right.
Or it doesn't work. I'm saying like if whoever the fuck I signed up with told me that, like, he goes, oh, well, we're going to try.
Yeah, get your money back on
Yeah,
with those people.
I'd be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, nah. If they don't sound confident in what they're teaching you, you should probably get your money back.
Yeah, I'd be like,
But there's you know, like how confident they might sound as opposed to them just being completely transparent. Like, you know, if this is your goal, maybe go to a Muay Thai gym or like an actual MMA gym. You know?
no, yeah.
But what were we talking about?
The Mad Dog.
Oh yeah, the Mad Dog. So then,
Yeah, so basically, this fool's been bashing him, and he's completely censored in China. He's not allowed to post videos online. He's not allowed to go on media to make interviews. So what he does is he's been recording his own videos and somehow smuggling them out of China to friends out here in the States who have uploaded and made his own channel on YouTube, which I subscribe to, by the way. I don't even know what the fuck he's saying, but just for the simple fact that he's bashing China, I went ahead and subscribed to him.
is it just called Mad Dog or what's it called?
I think it's called. I think it's under Shu Xiaodong.
Okay.
I think it's in Chinese. I don't know Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, I just look Mad Dog of Beijing and his channel comes out.
Okay.
But it doesn't say what his name is. I'm assuming it says Shu Xiaodong. I may be wrong.
That's what it looks like, probably, right?
I mean, it looks like it, bro. To me, it just looks like fucking tally marks, fool, but
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, shout out to fucking Mad Dog, fool. Like,
Shout out to Mad Dog.
when
man.
I was seeing his video and reading his story, bro, I was like, man, fool, this is one man against one whole country, fool. And he ain't giving a fuck. He still at it.
I would say like Hollywood or someone here should make a movie about him, but they'll probably end up cooking and make him look like the villain, you know?
Making him like the little bitch that gets beat up, huh?
Yeah.
But like throughout the whole movie, he keeps trying to prove that he could beat up kung fu masters. But every time he goes, he gets beat up, until finally towards the end of the movie, fool, that last kung fu master, he goes, all right, this is the one I'm gonna beat. This is my time to shine. And everybody's thinking, oh my God, Mad Dog is finally gonna beat this guy. He gets killed.
Oh my
That
god.
fucking kung fu master just out of nowhere snaps his neck and makes fucking China look on top. And that's the plot twist. Where you're just like,
Hey, but you don't think that'll fucking sell big in fucking
oh
China?
hell yeah, I'll sell fucking billions, bro.
So we might have just gave them a fucking idea.
Oh
God damn it, make fucking Mad Dog the villain.
God fucking, I'm sorry, Mad Dog.
Dude, is it a sign that we're getting old when me and you actually got, I don't know if it's fair to say we got excited, but we were talking about the Vaush and Charlie Kirk debate.
You mean the debate between Decepticon Vaush and Charlie Littleface Kirk?
Yeah.
Yes, fool. I think I was very excited about the debate.
No, but is that a sign that we're getting old, or is that a sign that we're
maybe.
just...
I think it is. Bro, we never got excited over debates, fool. Dude, we got excited over Biden and Trump debate, dude.
That's... Yeah, we're getting old, bro.
We got fucking excited over that. Who in the fucking right mind when they're out of high school or in college go, hey, you know what? You know what I want to do after work? I want to go watch the debate. No.
You sure you don't want to go to the bar?
You sure you don't want to go to the bar? Dude, fucking Lindsay's going to be there. Nah, dude, think about it, bro. Trump is debating Biden. Don't you want to see it? No, we don't want to see it. We want to go get drunk. I'm going to go watch the debate.
Nah, I think it's just, that Trump factor, bro. He's a pay-per-view by himself, you know?
I don't know, but I think we're getting old. I think we're becoming old men, dude. Because I was very excited to watch that debate. So excited, dude, that I was even willing to wait. Like, when Tim Pool has his premiere, it's just him casting. You got to wait till the stream starts. I waited, bro. I waited, and I fucking watched that thing from beginning and end.
How was the chat?
The chat was crazy,
Dude,
dude.
you couldn't get a word in.
You couldn't get a word in, but one thing I kept seeing, dude, is debate Nick Fuentes. Who's Nick Fuentes? And I don't know who they were directing that to.
Yeah, I don't know who they were directing that to, but I've heard of him. He's like some guy, I think. He's like a young dude that always wears a suit. He has like fucking blue eyes or some shit like that. But
blue eyes.
I think he's like a right wing kind of figure.
I love how his most defining feature is, he has blue eyes.
Well, if you look him up, you'll know. You'll know. Look for the suit and the blue eyes.
Look at the suit. That's how you know it's Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, that's him. But I think he's kind of like a right wing figure.
Really?
I won't call him far right because I don't know, but I think he leans more to the right than to the left.
Yeah.
But that's what I don't have an idea of who they were saying. That it could have been Tim, Charlie Kirk,
Or Vaush.
or Vaush. I don't know. Or Lydia. Shout out to Lydia. Or Ian.
Wait, who is Lydia?
Lydia's the chick that I'm going by her intro. She's always like, "Oh, I'll be sitting here pressing buttons."
Oh yeah, she did say that.
She seems like a cool ass girl though.
Yeah, she's cool.
Super cool. And I like Ian, even though sometimes people shit on him
Dude,
because
they were shitting on him in the chat.
because Ian sometimes makes like I'll be honest with though, like, he's super unintentionally funny.
Dude, he is. Like, you could tell, like, when they were fucking, when he was giving Tim Pool the super chats, so he could read, like, as soon as he gave it to him, he was fucking around the back of the camera, like, giving him bunny ears and doing all kinds of crazy shit. But you could tell the camera was trying to cut it, fool, like, not let people see that shit he was doing.
Yeah. Shout out to Eden, man. He's funny.
He is a funny motherfucker. But what'd you think of it? What'd you think of the debate?
Well,
Wait. Let me ask you. Because obviously, okay, the follow-up question is what'd you think of the debate? But the most important question is, who do you think won?
something interesting after the debate itself, I actually watched one of Vaush's streams. Was it a stream? I think it was a stream. Doesn't matter. And early on, he was like, I got to remind everybody, the debate between me and Charlie Kirk, there's really no winning. Because he goes, if you ask me, I feel I won.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
you ask, maybe if you ask him, he thinks he won. At the same time, let's be honest about it. It's not really about winning. And you're not really going to change the other person's mind.
No.
And I was like, that's it. That's the honesty I like. Because oftentimes with things that are so like, picking a side, what can you possibly say that person hasn't already heard that's going to completely change their mind? I think it comes down to self-determination. People should have the right to choose how they live their lives. Sorry to go off topic. Sorry, I'm going a little off topic, but this because this is how it made me think about it. Like, yeah, that's true. Like when I think about, making their individual choice, you making your individual choice, that's self-determination. Some people like to live in trailer homes. Some people like to...
Oh my God! Why'd you gotta use that analogy? You
No.
dick?
Some people like to live... It's true. It's true. That's not
Bro,
false.
you really think some people out there like living there? You don't think there's some people out there that live in a trailer home? They're like, man, I fucking wish I could own an apartment or actually afford an apartment.
No, I'll be honest with you.
I would. A better answer would have been like mobile homes. Okay, mobile homes. Mobile homes aren't trailers. They're basically prefabbed homes that are really big.
That's probably what I meant.
You said
Because I've been to one of my friends' mobile homes, and it was so cozy. They laid like the layout was so cool. We used to play fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You know who I'm talking about? I ain't gonna burn them out. I ain't gonna say.
I know who
names.
you're talking about. That was
Mobile
not,
home was
that
cozy.
Was not cozy
For me, it was.
for you. And that wasn't even a mobile home. That was a trailer.
Which brings me back to my initial point.
And they extended that shit. They added to that. That was a trailer.
Which brings me back to my point. Self-determination. Some people like to live how they like to live.
Or some people, dude, you ever bothered asking like, hey, bro, would you want to live somewhere else? And most likely they'd hit you with, yeah, but we can't afford it.
But it's not always they can't afford it.
Oh, yeah, for some. But did you ever ask them, the person we know?
I'm not going to get into their finances, bro. Hey, and I'm going to tell you, not to burn him out.
I'm not going
But I'm going to tell you, the way he showed up to school every fucking day, I don't think he was having money problems. I'm going to just say that.
I know.
I'm going to just say that.
I know.
But yes, I will agree that some people, due to financial situations, they don't have certain choices.
Yeah.
But all I meant is that some people, okay, they'll live in their townhomes and they're like, fuck it, I like this. Some people live in mansions. They're like, I like this. You know,
I love this.
I love this.
I fucking love it.
I love paying $100,000 a month in rent.
I love living in a townhome.
You know,
I'm sorry.
So-
I don't see the possibility of someone saying,
so
trailer. I love it.
we should go man on the street. Man on the street. Let's go to a trailer home and be like, how do you
Let's
feel
go
about?
to our local trailer park and just be like, hey,
How do you feel
how
about?
do you feel about living here?
Yeah, you never know. But so that's kind of what I feel when it comes to the political spectrum.
Yeah.
Some people like that love Republican lifestyles. They'll be like, dude, you can say whatever you want to say. We might meet in the middle on some things, but you go live your life this way. Your way. I'm gonna live my life this way. And for the same thing, like, you know, on the left, socialism, democratic, all that stuff, right?
But you still didn't answer my question.
Well, you're asking me who I think won.
Yeah.
I think it was Vaush.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like it was a tie. The only reason-
Okay. I could agree to that
yeah, 'cause
too.
I really don't think Charlie Kirk won, because there was a lot of points where Vaush had him, dude. Where I was like, Vaush is making really good points on him, and making really good counterpoints. That this fool is kind of just, I don't want to say he was dodging it, but he was trying to go like, oh, but that wasn't my question. My question was this. When he was like, dude, you got the answer. You just want a specific answer. Which even I know I'm guilty of doing that shit too. But also when, I think it was during was it critical race theory? Oh no, defunding the police. When he was talking about defunding the police, like Charlie Kirk was bringing up, he goes, you know, why is it that the most crime-ridden areas, dude, are those that are defunding the police? And Vaush was like, well, they're not defunding the police. And he's like, yeah, they are. He goes, look at California. He goes, look how much they've taken away in funds. And then he caught himself and he goes, oh, no, I thought you meant like the anarchist form of defunding the police, like, you know, community policing. He goes, that's what I thought you meant. Like, I think you know what he meant.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I was like, Charlie got him. So I think it was a tie.
I'm open to
Yeah, I really don't think, because honestly, I don't think any of them won.
Okay.
But what really got me like super into the debate though was how constructive the conversation was.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't going back and forth insulting each other.
It started off a little spicy.
It did.
With Charlie Kirk. I feel like he was trying to get into, little, what do you call them? Like little...
He was throwing little jabs.
Little jabs.
He was throwing little jabs at him. But eventually, dude, there was even points where they agreed on.
Right.
You know, where they were agreed on, and you were like, dude, look how it is. Like, this is what people should see. Like, hey, this is how constructive arguments or debates should be when you're talking to somebody that you don't agree on. It shouldn't have to come to the point where, you're bashing the other person's persona or whatever, or directly insulting their person when the debate gets heated. You should know, like, hey, you guys are gonna have fucking conflicting differences. You shouldn't let that right off the bat change your perspective of the person and make you judge them because your views aren't the same. It's like if I started talking my shit to you, because obviously we don't fucking agree in religion. You think I got no fucking rights because I'm an atheist.
That's not true.
And
that's not true, guys. That's fucking not true.
I'm a sodomite and I'm a burn in hell, and I think you're a fucking crazy kook sometimes.
Let me tell you why that's not true. It's so easy for me to tell you how that's not true because we don't really debate religion.
No, I know. No, we never debated religion. No, but I said it's
we coexist.
It's like if we did that. Like if I started doing that, if I started, trying to debate religion with you, and then that was an example. I know we don't debate it, but I'm saying if we did, and then I started bashing you directly by going like, you fucking crazy kook, you like, it's people like you that believe in God that are fucking crazy nuts,
Right.
That's where you're like, dude, that's out of pocket. It was supposed to be just a debate where we share our differences or our opinions on whatever we think or we believe is true to us, and then let the other person say their piece, hear them out, and then just be like, hey, you know what? Now I understand you a little bit better. I still disagree with you, or you could even come to the point where you're just like, I don't agree with you entirely, but I agree with you at this point you just said. Oh, you know what? You're right, Jay. Like, I may not completely believe in God, but I kind of understand why you believe in him after this thing you shared.
Yeah.
I think that's how people come to an understanding. That's how people get along, when you're able to make constructive conversation and dialogue. And that's what got me so into that debate between Charlie Kirk and Vaush. Like, dude, it was just so interesting, and I was able to pay attention to it because I wasn't like, oh, there goes Charlie Kirk talking shit, or oh, there goes Vaush calling this fool a little bitch. You know, like when he did with Mr. Red Pill.
Yeah. Fucking Vaush, man. One of the moments where I felt like, damn, I may not like his ideas of socialism and shit like that, but I'll give him that he at least is sticking to his claim that he's a socialist and he believes in
a libertarian socialist.
Yeah. Where Charlie Kirk was like, I just think it's so ironic that here I am like going against the corporations and you're the one that's on their side. And he goes, well, not really, because if it were up to me, let's just nationalize them. Like, let's not have them in the private sector. Let's have them be, run by our shitty government. So don't act like I'm here on the corporate side, on the CEO side, and yeah, let's get them rich. No.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I don't think he came out like that either.
What do you mean?
I don't think Vaush came out that way. Charlie Kirk said that he was like kind of defending corporations. I really don't think Vaush was coming out that way either.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, you can't out socialize me. You're the one saying you're against corporations.
I'm borderline Marxist.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm the socialist. So I just thought it was more on the like, damn, this is actually like hilarious.
Dude, one thing that tripped me out though, dude, where I was just like, oh, Vaush, get the fuck out of here, was when Tim Pool was talking about how he grew up on this, I think he said the south side of Chicago, and how he said that his neighborhoods were segregated.
Right.
And that you weren't allowed to go to certain parts of Chicago because the cops would even stop you and arrest you. That's what Tim Pool said. And then Vaush is like, oh, no, man. Same thing with me, man. On the other side of the 405, man. Things were like that. Bitch, you grew up in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
What the fuck was on the other side of the 405 that you were scared of? And then, like, not even 10 minutes after, he goes, "Oh, man, I had nothing to worry about growing up in Beverly Hills."
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about, fool?
Yeah, there was a few.
That's where I was just like, "Oh, Vaush, shut the fuck."
Yeah, there was just a few times, like you said, that and I didn't actually end up finding the part where I guess there was like a subliminal or like a joke that slipped through the cracks, and
Yeah.
Vaush was joking like, "Ah, you got me."
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't- I didn't get to catch it.
But it was Tim Pool that caught him. Tim Pool, but like the only reason Vaush knew Tim Pool caught him was because he was like,
Oh,
and he goes, "Oh, you caught me."
Yeah.
He goes, "You almost caught me slipping."
yeah,
Charlie Kirk didn't even catch it, you know. And I thought one thing where I was just like, "What the fuck." I'm still trying to understand it, but I don't know what he meant by it. Was when he said that Martin Luther King was a mixed bag.
Oh, when Charlie Kirk said
Yeah,
that?
Charlie Kirk said that.
I can think of one thing that people, because when I forgot at what point in my life I kind of asked somebody like what they knew about Martin Luther King. It wasn't just random. I didn't just go, "What do you know about him?"
I know.
I think the topic was on Martin Luther King, and there was something I asked, and they said, "Well, he was like unfaithful to his wife,"
No, yeah, he was.
or there was something else that they brought up.
Dude, this fool was trying to basically, I don't want to use this term, but it's true. He was kind of trying to whitewash the black population.
What do you mean?
He was trying to basically rid the the black community from eubonics. Like he detested people that spoke in that way,
Oh, okay.
that used eubonics. He was totally against that. He was totally against jazz. He was totally against anything that didn't have to do with like with church. So like jazz music, he opposed it. That the lifestyle I guess some blacks lived back then, he opposed it. So I mean, he did believe in social equality. He did believe that blacks should get rights, black Americans should be getting rights. But they say that what this fool's end goal was that he basically wanted to whitewash everybody. So that's kind of what I thought was like, is that what he means by he was a mixed bag? Because when you think about it, we're like, yeah, I mean, no, his intentions were pure, and his intentions were good in the sense like, he wanted people to be equal, he wanted people to do this and do that, but he also wanted them to do it his way.
Okay.
He wanted to be like, okay, yeah, we want you guys to sit in the front of the bus, we want you guys to be equal, we want you guys to stand together, but you're gonna cut that jazz shit out. No more strawberries and scrimps. You're gonna speak English properly. Like according to him, he hated that shit.
Okay.
That from what I've read, that he hated people that spoke that way.
See, I didn't know that.
That's why they say he got along very well with Malcolm X. Because Malcolm X, have you ever heard Malcolm X on his some of his public speeches?
I've heard him speak, not in speeches. I've heard him speak in like interviews.
He's a very well spoken man.
Yeah.
Very well spoken man. And yeah, dude, these guys got along. And I just love one of his lines, how what Malcolm X always said. He goes, "The biggest enemy for a black man is a white liberal."
Yeah. He did say that.
He said that. He goes, "That's the biggest enemy."
He did say that.
He goes, "Because they're gonna pretend that they care about you when in fact they don't. They're just trying to use you." So it was a trip. But yeah, back to Martin Luther King. I think that's what he meant by mixed bag.
I feel like it could be a mixture of all the things, because I asked myself, if we know this between me and you, what's to say they don't know this and more?
Yeah.
Like Vaush and them about Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Because who's the one that said that he was a mixed bag?
Charlie Kirk.
Oh, it was Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
So he probably knows some of the things that, like some of Martin Luther King's shortcomings,
Yeah, probably. But what tripped me out, dude, is right off the bat already, like people started putting up memes, dude, trying to throw dirt on Charlie Kirk because he said Martin Luther King was a mixed bag.
Like what?
Like they're trying to make him look like an idiot. Like they're really making memes of him with his small face, the small face meme, and then he says MLK was a mixed bag, and then real small it says actual quote by Charlie Kirk. Like they're basically trying to bash him, like trying to make him sound like an idiot because he said that.
Yeah, well,
Which I feel like they're kind of stupid because they're probably not trying to understand what he meant. I think that's what he meant by. I really doubt this fool just said, "Oh, he's a mixed bag," just to say he's a mixed bag. I feel like he meant he's a mixed bag by saying like, "Hey, he might have not been all that good. There's also some shit where you're just."
Or he might have had his hypocritical side.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant by that. But
I think that's what he meant. Like
Yeah.
it's just that he knows more than I do.
yeah.
Like there's a reason probably to him why he why he called Martin Luther King a mixed bag.
Yeah, that's why part of me when I heard him say that, I was just like, oh, you fucking jackass! You could have said it some way better. I don't know how he could have said it better, but I feel like he probably would have tried to word it some way better. Because I know people are gonna try to twist that shit some way and make him look like he was hating on him.
It's hilarious because at some point in the video I saw, Vaush was talking about Charlie Kirk is freakishly tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'4". No,
and his face, it's not that little, guys.
Yeah. I saw that same video because they were asking me. He goes, "Is his face really that small?" And he goes, his face ain't that little.
Someone in the chat, while the debate was going on, someone in the chat was like, "WTF? His face looks normal."
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I kept spamming on that fucking on the chat, going like, "Tim Pool, take off your beanie."
No.
I kept spamming that shit. Take off your beanie, Tim. Tim Pool, take off your beanie.
Dude.
Ian, tell Tim to take off his beanie.
Ian probably saw that.
Like I was just spamming that shit, bro.
Ian was probably looking at his fucking beanie like, should I snatch it off?
Should I do it?
But yeah.
What do you think of him being the moderator, though? I
Tim?
thought he did a very good job.
Tim, I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, because this fool was not on anybody's side.
I wondered how much he would interrupt. A part of me, for some reason, I've seen like Tim Pool, the way he runs his show or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not above interrupting people. Like I've seen him interrupt people,
No, yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes it just gets annoying.
No, yeah,
Because
definitely.
as brilliant as I think he is, sometimes there's times where he's just like I don't want to call him self-centered, but he finds a way to bring certain points back to himself.
No, I
Which
agree.
is like, dude, you were not the focus.
I agree.
Of the conversation.
Because he did that there.
Yeah.
He did it when he was bringing up the fact that he's biracial.
Biracial. It sucks that I know this, and I've been watching him.
I
I
didn't know
haven't
he
been
was
watching him
biracial.
that long, but he talks about being biracial. There's a bingo. There's
What is
actually
he mixed with?
There's actually like a meme of bingo, I think,
Get the
or there's another like a board game where it's like
Loteria?
basically where it's like how much you want to bet he's gonna say one of these things, like it's gonna land on one of these things about being mixed race, about
Being from Chicago.
being from the south side of Chicago, not just Chicago, about a few other things that at this moment I can't remember, but yeah, there's like a fucking meme about it. But yeah, that's what he does sometimes. He brings things back to himself, which sometimes I'm sure it's relevant. Other times it's just it has me there like I know I'm not the only wondering how the hell he made this connection.
Yeah, like that part when he brought up him being biracial. I was like, wait, what does that have to do with what they were talking about? Because they were talking about welfare. They were talking about welfare and shit, and that's when he brought it up. He goes, "Oh well, that's one thing I can't really relate to this whole racial issue and stuff like that, because me being biracial, and he goes, I've talked to racist people before. He goes, I've had a racist guy on my show.
That's what he said.
He goes, I had a racist guy on my show, and he said that the problem is biracials. So he goes, I've never been able to pick a side because I've been persecuted by all kinds of people.
Well, to be fair though, I have seen like some kind of video content I saw a long time ago where they were interviewing people that are like mixed, like mostly between like black and white, and they do say that their experience is strange because it's like I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
So there's people that are like clearly white that they'll look at me like what do we have in common? And he goes, there's like my black family that are clearly black, and they look at me the same way because to be mixed is kind of for them, their experience, he goes, it's not that great.
Yeah, no.
Like it sucks for us.
Well, what's Tim Pool mixed with?
I think either one of his parents is white and one of his parents is Korean.
Oh, she's Korean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm assuming his dad's white because I don't think a Korean's last name is going to be Pool.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, shit, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he's mixed.
I guess he's mixed. Shit. But yeah, as a moderator, I think he did a very good job.
Yeah, you did.
Because he also fact-checked both. Like, I really expected him to be on Charlie Kirk's side. I don't know why. I expected him to be on Charlie Kirk's side and continuously try to, like... I didn't think he was going to be interrupting Vaush. But some part of me felt like this fool is just gonna wait for every opportunity he can to fact check this fool.
To fact check Vaush?
Yeah, to fact check Vaush. Like, be like, oh, no, you're full of shit. Or, no, that's not what you're
I think that
talking
would
about."
have been brutal
That would have been horrible.
for his credibility.
Yeah.
I feel like you fuck up your credibility harshly when you take on the role of being a moderator,
Mm-hmm.
because of people know to be a
Can't
moderator,
pick a side.
you're taking on just neutrality.
Yeah. Like 1%, I hate to admit it, but 1% a horrible fucking moderator, dude, is Jesse Lee Peterson.
Well, yeah,
He's a
very
horrible fucking moderator.
He's very stuck in his beliefs.
Yeah, bro. Like, I remember Destiny, dude. Destiny, he debated some dude about gun control, and fucking every chance he got, Jesse Lee Peterson would get in the middle about it. He goes, "Oh, well, I got a gun when I was 15.
Oh my god.
When I was like, dude, you're supposed to just be there and listen, fool. Like, what the fuck are you doing getting in the middle of that shit?
I could just imagine him like, what do you mean?
But I think he did a good job. I really like Tim Pool right there as a moderator.
Yeah.
So much so that I wouldn't mind if he moderated the next presidential debate. I feel like he'll do a much better job than that one asshole did in the first debate.
Who was it?
I fucking forgot, but he was just basically, him and Joe Biden were fucking debating Trump.
Yeah, there was the one. Yeah, there's the one that Trump mocked him. He's like, "I'm debating two people."
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was. Wow. It was definitely like partisan.
Yeah, I was like, that shit was not bipartisan at all. So I would want Tim Pool. I'd be like, "Hey, Tim Pool, I want you to moderate those foods."
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because he was very fair, dude. Like, he even fact checked.
Doesn't it kind of suck though when you give this much credit to a moderator? It's like, damn, is the bar that sad? Is the bar that low?
Wait, you think the bar is low if we think about Tim Pool?
No, not to Tim Pool. But I'm saying, like debate moderators, it's kind of the standard to be neutral.
Oh yeah.
Like
I thought you meant the bar was low because we wanted Tim Pool. I was about to say, damn, that's cold.
Oh no, hell no. No, he's good. He's good. But what I'm saying is, to talk about a moderator, it's like it should always, the standard should be like they were fair. But did they add anything that made it like interesting or whatever? Like,
no, I agree.
Their research or their ability to pull up fact checking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to take anything away from Tim Pool. I think as a moderator, brilliant. But I'm like, damn, where's the state of like discourse where like our moderators, are they just known to just do a horrible job? You know,
it seems like it. Because I thought he did amazing. I thought it was really good for him to fact check both.
Right.
Because he also fact checked Charlie Kirk when he was making that that claim about the spike protein in the vaccine. I guess it was mRNA, the mRNA vaccines.
Oh well, I know that he was talking about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but what they didn't realize until later, and I think it was thanks to Tim Pool fact checking, was that that's not an mRNA vaccine. Johnson & Johnson is not.
No, it's not. But what he was trying, but the claim that Charlie Kirk was saying is like the inventor of the vaccine, the dude they invented the whole mRNA protein or whatever thing, says that it's not safe and that you guys should wait because it was rushed or whatever. But what Tim Pool said, he goes, but it turns out that no, that there is no spike protein in the COVID vaccine, so that's false. So he fact checked them.
Right.
So I thought that was really good.
Yep. Shout out to all of them. Like, you know, it was good for discourse.
Yeah. If it happened again, I wouldn't mind watching it.
I wouldn't.
I would be like, I'm there, Raptor.
Yep.
I really wish though I could have seen them debate religion, because I guess they debated religion but after, when they did it on their members only stream, which sucks. Which I wish I could have seen, because I think it would have been very interesting. I feel like I would have been on Vaush's side.
Yeah, I know you would. Yeah, but shout out to everybody involved. It was good content.
Yeah.
It was good content.
It was really good.
Dude, I don't know if you know about this, but supposedly there's landlords suing Joe Biden.
Landlords suing Joe Biden? Why?
Because of what he did to the moratorium on evictions. You know?
I thought it ended.
It officially ended, to my knowledge, But you know how Cory Bush and them were putting pressure on the administration to like.
Oh, didn't she sleep outside of the
She
Capitol for
slept
like
out.
5 days?
Yeah, she slept out there. I said she slept out there. Yeah, she slept out there for like 4 or 5 nights. But look, I got this pulled up from Politico, and it says landlords sue to stop Biden's nakedly political eviction ban. A coalition of 11 housing industry groups said in a statement Wednesday evening that they oppose the new ban. This is by Katie O'Donnell, and this was on the 4th. So we're on the 6th, or what are we on?
We're on the 5th, so it was yesterday.
So it was yesterday. Trade groups representing property owners late Wednesday sued to block a new federal eviction moratorium that President Joe Biden himself warned this week was on shaky legal ground. The Alabama and Georgia chapters of the National Association of Realtors filed a motion in federal court to vacate the ban that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention ordered Tuesday. The same groups led a legal challenge against the prior federal eviction moratorium that expired Saturday, a lawsuit that prompted the Supreme Court to cast doubt on the CDC's authority. The real estate groups, which have warned that their members are facing substantial financial losses from the moratorium, said in a legal filing that the CDC caved to a tidal wave of political pressure from outraged Democrats when it revived the eviction ban despite clear warnings from judges who said the agency lacked the power to enforce it. The CDC appears to have acted in bad faith, the group said. The new legal challenge will lead further chaos around the federal government safety net for renters still struggling to pay bills during the pandemic. It will likely set off a race against time for policymakers to find ways to accelerate the release of $46.5 billion in rental aid.
What?
Which was designed to backstop renters and make landlords whole, but had faced severe state and local bottlenecks. Dude.
Fuck. It's because, look, it is what it is at this point. The way I see it is they got to get rid of that moratorium already. They have to. The thing is, people started working again, just people refuse to work. They're in the hopes that they're going to get another stimmy.
There really is people probably working right now
that are paying their bills.
Life is good for them.
Life is good for them. They're actually going like, hey, you know what?
Life is good, but I really want a stimmy.
I really want a stimmy. But there's other people that aren't working that are going to say, no, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work until I get another stimmy. Or I'm not going to work until, fuck it, they get rid of this eviction shit. But then what happens? The eviction moratorium's over. Now they're panicking like, oh, fuck, I'm going to get kicked out. I could have worked and I didn't. Like, people got to see it. Like, dude, these landlords have bills to pay, dude. They have money they're losing. You know, how is it fair for them to lose out on their money and then potentially be homeless? Because think about it. These are probably corporations, you know, that are suing. But people forget there's people out here that own just a duplex.
Right.
That own just one duplex that they say, hey, whatever money they pay for the duplex is enough money to pay for the property and still pay for my house. They probably depend on that income, and they're not getting any. They probably haven't been getting any at all. So now they're risking losing that duplex and losing their own house. How is that fair?
It's not fair.
It's
and
not.
if they, I feel like if they put a stop to evictions, like, and you know, if they have the moratorium on evictions, well, there should be a moratorium for landlords as well.
Yeah, they should be like, hey, you know what? Don't worry, you're not going to pay taxes for this for X amount of time for, let's say, if this person has been in your home for a year and this one hasn't been paying you rent for a year, don't worry. We're going to defer. If you're still owing to the bank, we'll defer all those payments. Defer. Not put it on hold, and then once the payments are back on track, you got to fucking pay, and now you're behind on payments. No, we'll defer all those payments. And then don't trip. You won't pay taxes for those properties until they start paying you. Like, because, dude, how the fuck do you expect them not pay their rent, not get evicted, them living scot-free, just chilling in that apartment or house, but yet the actual owner of that property still has to pay whatever money they do owe or potentially owe the house, because some of those people already paid off the property, but they still have to pay the property taxes. Like, how is that fair?
It's not.
Fuck no. I mean, if I owned my own fucking apartment building, I'd be like, nah, fuck this shit. I'd be going over to sue Joe Biden too.
Yeah, because, and it's crazy that, okay, so there's a moratorium, but how many people have at least enough to pay partial rent. Like, I don't know why it's either one or the other. Either rent in full or no rent. Like, you know, I'm trying to put myself in a landlord's shoes, and like it should be the landlord's right to say, like, hey, look, let's be honest, you guys can put some money together. I got bills too. Like, I'm not done paying this property off.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to pay maybe the $1,200 in rent. Can you guys give me how
Give
many
me
of you guys can afford half?
Give me half.
You know, half for a third.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you guys really are just sitting still. Like, I get it, the government might be giving you guys
just finished throwing a party a week ago.
right unemployment and stimulus checks, but all of a sudden it's rent time and you guys don't even have enough for a third or half. Like, we know it's bullshit.
No, that's actually true, dude.
So it's like,
it's not fair. I mean, although yes, well, there probably are some people out there that probably potentially haven't been able to find work, which is probably bullshit, but they probably haven't been able to find a job, and you know they're struggling or whatever. But even those people still pay something. I'm pretty sure there's people out there that are actually making the effort to look for a job, and when their rent's due, they say, "Hey, man, I was only able to scrap up a couple $100." You know, maybe those people out there, they're actually scrapping up a couple $100 or whatever. Maybe those guys, once the moratorium's over, maybe the landlords be like, "Hey, you know what? This guy actually made the effort to pay the rent. You know, I'm not gonna evict this fool. Don't trip. I'm not gonna evict you. But your neighbor, fool, this fool's out of here. He never paid me a single dime."
yeah, and it's not to come down on people that have to pay rent, but it's just, dude, we know about people that just from the very beginning decided, hey, look, we're going on unemployment and we're getting those stimulus checks.
You know, we're gonna chill.
And they're just like, dude, like, ultimately, if they want to just be stuck as far as like not doing anything productive, that's on them, right? And it's their choice. But it sucks to be able to want to be unproductive and at the same time being able to get money from the government for these prolonged periods of time.
And people don't see what's going on. One thing I was reading, dude, is supposedly there are some places in the country that are offering like exorbitant amounts of money to employ people, but because they're offering that amount of money to those people, they have to raise their price like a motherfucker. Like, I was reading about a pizza place. I think it was somewhere like in the South, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in the middle of the U.S. He owned a pizza shop, right? He had to let go, obviously, his employees because of COVID or whatever. He ended up like opening up again, trying to get his employees back. None of them wanted to go. He ended up agreeing to paying one dude $35 an hour to deliver pizzas, dude. $35 an hour. And because obviously he's paying that dude $35 an hour, he has to put up his prices. Because how the fuck is he going to be profitable if he's paying one motherfucker to deliver pizzas $35 an hour?
And it's sad that there's literally people. I feel for small business owners, man.
Yeah.
I'm on small business owners' side. Like, I want to see them make it to, make it to the middle class. And then that's when it's like, all right, cool. Now I want to go support other small businesses. You're kind of good.
Yeah, exactly.
But people will literally look at people like that trying to make something of themselves, be profitable, and they'll say, if you can't afford to pay your workers X amount of dollars, which just goes to show that some people really, without knowing or without intending, they're really just writing for big corporations like Amazon. Because we know Amazon can afford to pay their workers fucking probably $40. They don't want to. They're not going to, really want to do it, but they're willing to do it in order to destroy competition.
Yeah, think about it.
For educational purposes only.
For educational purposes only. Like, dude, look at Walmart. Walmart's starting people off at $17 an hour here in California. $17. Bro, that's way better than you working at a fucking McDonald's. Because I think McDonald's is starting to pay better too. Shit.
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know, but I know for a fact Walmart is starting people off at $17 here. Which, California wage, it's still okay money, I guess. But people still don't want to work. I feel like they're probably making more than $17 an hour off of unemployment.
Some people, I'm sure they are.
It's a trip.
But yeah, my respects to people that like want to start small businesses and stuff. But there's literally people that will say, if you can't afford to pay your workers X amount of dollars, then you shouldn't have a business.
Fuck them.
Which is just like...
And those are the fucking assholes that don't have a business themselves. That just start spewing out of their assholes.
and they'll
It's like,
tell
fuck
you
those guys.
you should provide a certain wage for these people. But at the same time, something I will say, that if you really support the free market, you aren't going to be against people wanting to get the best for their labor.
No,
You know?
yeah.
These are fucked up situations for like,
Yeah, like, okay, I'll pay this guy $17 an hour to work at my pizza shop.
yeah, these are messed up situations for landlords, for like business owners to you know, to be honest, it's tough.
No, yeah, I agree.
But hopefully it's soon where we get, you know, basically sounds creepy to say a market adjustment to where it fixes itself, because sometimes it's like it's harsh economic times for people.
No, I agree. We'll see what happens, honestly. Hopefully. I mean, we can only hope, honestly. We'll see what happens with the lawsuit. But since we're still on the topic of lawsuits, you mentioned something about Mexico suing, was it gun manufacturer or
It was something about, I just read the headline. It was something about Mexico. I guess the government is suing. I got that right now. Suing like gun manufacturers. And
For
like,
what?
well, let's dive in. So this is from the New York Times, but since I'm not subscribed to the New York Times,
It's not
I
letting
don't
you
know.
read it.
I don't know how much I'll be able to read.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they have pop-ups and shit like that.
Fuck
Okay, but
those
I got this, and it says Mexico sues gun companies in the U.S., accusing them of fueling violence. The government accuses gun makers and suppliers of knowingly flooding the market with firearms attractive to drug cartels. This is by Natalie Kitroff. Mexico City. For years, Mexican officials have complained that lax U.S. gun control was responsible for devastating bloodshed in Mexico. On Wednesday, they moved their campaign into American courts, filing a lawsuit against 10 gun companies. The lawsuit, filed in federal court in Massachusetts, was the first time that a national government has sued gun makers in the United States. Officials said the suit accuses the companies of actively facilitating the flow of weapons to powerful drug cartels and fueling a traffic in which 70% of guns traced in Mexico are found to have come from the United States. For decades, the government and citizens have been victimized by a deadly flood of military-style and other particularly lethal guns that flows from the U.S. across the border. The lawsuit reads, "The flood of weaponry is the foreseeable result of the defendants' deliberate actions and business practices." The government cited as an example 3 guns made by Colt that appeared to directly target a Mexican audience with Spanish nicknames and themes that resonate in Mexico. One of them, a special edition .38 pistol, is engraved with the face of the Mexican revolutionary hero Emiliano Zapata and a quote that has been attributed to him: "It is better to die standing than to live on your knees." That was a pistol used by a gunman in 2017 to kill the Mexican investigative journalist Miroslava Breach Veldusea. The government said a member of a group linked to the powerful Sinaloa cartel was convicted of her murder last year. Legal experts question the lawsuit's ultimate chances, given that the U.S. federal law guarantees gun manufacturers a strong shield against being sued by victims of gun violence and their relatives. But some said the lawsuit could lend political support to the strengthening of gun regulations in the United States, which are among the loosest in the hemisphere. What do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous.
Why?
Because I find it highly, highly unlikely that gun manufacturers will knowingly smuggle guns to Mexico.
That's like basically the key word, knowingly. That's one of the few things I kind of read, and I kind of I put a like emboldened it, because it says right here, one of the first things right there at the top, it says the government accuses gun makers and suppliers of knowingly flooding the market with firearms attracted to drug cartels.
See, look, I really don't think it's gun manufacturers, like let's say Glock or Colt or whatever. I don't think it's the gun manufacturers that knowingly do it. Maybe there's a possibility the dudes that work in that company, like, you know, the dudes that work the trucks or whatever, they'll just be like, hey, you know, this gun got lost. Possibly.
To make some side money, right?
Yeah, to make some side money. Because, bro, even I've known motherfuckers that work in UPS that do that shit as drivers. Well, it's, oh, shit, hey, well, this packet got lost, and then they end up selling that shit, whatever happens. In most shipping companies. I find it likely. But then again, I also think it's either the suppliers or it's whoever runs their logistics. Because, dude, for a while, FedEx was actually on hot water because a lot of their drivers were stealing guns from a gun shop here in California. So a lot of their guns were going missing. A shitload of packages were going missing, and they were finding them like in other states. So it turns out that there was a couple drivers from FedEx that were somehow knowingly knew what was in those packages, and somehow or otherwise knew wherever they were going was like, oh shit, this is the gun. So they would steal those packages and fucking take them. Same thing with ammo. They would steal ammo and fucking sell them. So I feel like it's more like that. I feel like it's people that just know, hey, well, this shipment's coming from Glock. It's one of two things. It's either parts or it's guns. They'll just steal the entire pallet. When that's it, it's gone.
I think that's what it could be, because that's like kind of the same thing. I hear people say that the CIA was selling cocaine or drugs into.
Well, the ATF. I mean, the same. A main part of the guns that are in Mexico are because of the ATF, Operation Fast and the Furious. These fucking assholes decided to get all kinds of guns in the United States, willingly give them to cartels in Mexico to see if they could trace the weapons, to trace the murders, to see where were they committed or who were they shot by. Dude, they lost like over 87% of those guns. They weren't able to trace them. Obviously, you can't fucking trace them, asshole, because what are they going to do? The fools that get the guns, they're going to say, hey, scratch off these fucking serial numbers, bro. Scratch them all off. We're getting them down. All right, cool, they're done. All right, go. Start passing them out. Then whoever passes them out, hey, you know what? I'll sell you this gun. All right, cool. I'm going to sell you this gun. I'm going to sell you this. Eventually, it jumps so much to the point where the person that gets it, that ends up getting caught with it, doesn't even know where it came from.
Dude, to say that sounds like, for whoever was running that, there was a name. I forgot his name, though. He was the guy in charge of that mission, or that fucking Operation Fast and Furious.
All I know is the dude that they're trying to nominate as the head of the ATF, he was part of it. Chipman. I don't think he was spearheading the operation, but he was part of it.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember the guy that was spearheading that. But, bro, to say that that's stupid and corrupt is an understatement, man.
Dude, how fucking... You gotta be a real dumbass fool to say, hey, bro, how about we arm the cartel even more and make it way easier for them to get guns, just to see if we could track them. Let's see if we can. If we can, then it's a success. If we can't, then fuck it. Oh, well.
I feel like one of the guys was like, this guy's in charge?
Dude, probably so. I'm assuming the way they did the operation was like, all right, we're going to give this fools a year. After a year, we're going after all those guns. I'm thinking once the year came up, they tried to do the operation where they're like, all right, if we're taking the guns back, they were probably like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised we couldn't find a single one.
Dude, that's so stupid. It just sounds so fucking stupid to even pitch it to somebody.
Dude, it's even more stupid that they did it.
To be fair, we probably don't know some of the underlying details, but if that's the main, like, the core...
That's what it is.
Like,
their whole thing was trying to track guns. Their objective was, let's give them weapons. Let's see if we could track these weapons, so we could also track to who they used it on. Like, oh, well, you used this to kill that journalist lady. We got you. Then they could come back to fucking the president and be like, oh, look, Mr. President, the ATF actually does do something. Like, we are good for something. Look, we found these fools. Jesus. But no, they literally... And I heard it was hundreds of guns. Like, hundreds. Like, close to over... I think it was like close to 1,000 guns that they gave away. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. That they gave away all that shit.
Dude, that's so stupid, but... Oh, my God.
Like, who in their right fucking mind thinks that's a great idea? Like, I would understand if you said... Hey, well, let's do it here locally, I guess. Here locally and within the inner cities. And let's give it to gangbangers. Okay, you at least know it's in your fucking country. It's most likely going to stay within a 10-mile radius, because those homies, after they shoot somebody, they're gonna sell it to one of their homies. They're not going to sell it to strangers. They usually sell it to their homies, who end up selling it to their homies, so eventually it gets out of the system and you're like, okay, it's already gone. You know? as opposed to in another fucking country where your agency isn't established.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. A lot of guns make it to Mexico.
Yeah.
A lot of guns make it to Mexico.
Yeah, they do.
That's that's the hot market.
Yeah. Well, there's a gun shop that used to be around here that they got accused. I'm not gonna say they were dirty of it, but they were accused of doing that shit. That they would either, some people say that they sold their guns at exorbitant prices, like super high, but that's because they were kind of like laundering the money. According to what I've heard, that they would launder the money, that they would say, oh, we sold this gun for X amount of dollars, when in reality they were replacing the fact that they sold 2 of those guns for the price of 1. So then the other one would disappear, the other one would go to the owner, and then when they came down, I'm like, hey, well, where are these guns at? Hey, well, we sold it to these people. Where are these people? I don't know.
What a weird world, man.
Yeah, but I feel like there is some possibility that they do get. I don't think they're gonna fuck the gun manufacturers that bad.
I don't think so either.
But the only reason why I think it'll gain some traction is because recently, I think it was here in California, where I think it was Connecticut, I think, where one judge there made it possible for gun manufacturers to get sued by victims of gun violence. I think it's in Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken. It might be in Connecticut. So that's the only reason why I think it'll gain some traction.
Yeah, I think it'll gain some traction because of like how a lot of people in this country feel about gun control, and how Biden, the president, is actually vocal about gun control.
Dude, I hear that this was trying to ban 10-round magazines now.
Make them 2-round magazines.
Stupid motherfucker.
Can you imagine 2-round magazines?
2-round magazines, fool. You're gonna be having like a fucking grip of magazines in your pocket, fool. You're gonna have fucking bandoliers full of just magazines. Not even bullets anymore, just magazines up in that bitch. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. But speaking of Biden, one thing that is interesting that I just read recently, that this fool asked Governor Cuomo if he would resign.
Yeah, he did. He told him, yeah, he should resign.
That's a trip.
Yeah.
How do you think Cuomo feels about that?
Betrayed. Backstabbed.
He probably goes, you sneaky fucking kid-sniffing bitch.
Used.
You fucking used me and abused me and threw me away like a used condom.
So, like, to him, it probably feels like a friend stabbing him in the back.
Worse, bro. He probably feels like a teenager would feel like getting home from a soccer match, all excited for the weekend, just to get home and find this girl making out with his best friend. Where you're like, how could you? Jay.
Fuck you.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna. You think he's gonna resign?
I don't know. I don't think. I think.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to impeachment.
Because he's had to make all kinds of statements, make an excuse for what he's done. Which, look, by all means, he used the excuse that it's part of his it's tradition in his family to do that, which I believe that. I think it is. I think it is a possibility that, you know, it is a normal thing for the members of his family to kiss each other in the cheek or to grab each other's face or stuff like that. I think it is. I think that is true. But come on, dude. You're already at that age where you know you can't do that with everybody. You know not everybody feels comfortable with a man that they're not related to or a man that they're not in a relationship with to just come up to you and touch you, even if you guys are fucking friends or acquaintances or work buddies.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like you and I are very fucking are pretty close. But like if we didn't know each other, I doubt you'd feel comfortable with me going like,
no.
You'd be like, hey dude, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, that's how me and my family, shake hands or whatever. You caressing my hand, fool? Really?
And it's like, dude, we're strangers. We're not family.
Yeah, like I barely know you, fool. What are you doing? So I feel like that was kind of an excuse for him to say. Like, I really don't think he could be like, oh, well, it's tradition. What do you want me to do? No, bro. I feel like you know enough to know when to do it.
Yeah, keep tradition with those that you have that tradition with.
Exactly.
Not to strangers.
Yeah, like you'd be able to differentiate like, hey, dude, maybe I shouldn't be doing this with my subordinates who I just met or who I'm not confident with.
Yeah, with like assistants, secretaries, like they don't. That's not your family, bro.
It's not. Now, like if they go first, if they go for the oh, if they do this to you, okay, you know, there's some form of what do you say, of trust. Or okay, I feel like if I did the same, I'd get away with it. It sounds dirty when I say that, get away with it. But you know what I mean? You know, where it'll be acceptable. But no, it looks like this motherfucker just went like, hey, come here, give me your chin. Ha 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 ha.
Just shaking people's faces and shit,
bro.
slapping them like, yeah.
Giving them Eskimo kisses like, come here.
Oh, that shit is... He got fucked by his traditions, man.
Yeah. You know, so I feel like he's using it as an excuse for his behavior, which he should know it wasn't acceptable, but we'll see what happens, honestly.
We'll see what happens, but I feel like that's a good place to end it.
I think we should. If you guys believe that Governor Cuomo should be
Resigned, impeachment.
resigned or impeached or whatever the fuck, let us know.
How you guys feel about landlords suing Joe Biden?
Landlord suing Joe Biden.
Do you guys want to
sneaky fuck? Or if you guys watched the Vaush debate, let us know what you guys thought about it.
Vaush and Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, if you guys thought somebody won, let us know.
Did you guys know about the Mad Dog of Beijing?
That motherfucker was amazing. He's one of my heroes I look up to.
You guys do Kung Fu? But yeah, peace out.
Peace.